welcome back to my channel. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Dia Lustari. I'm a student of Bina Sarana Informatika University from class 63 to A01 with student ID 6325059. And today, I want to address a silent but growing issue that many teenagers, including many of us, face every single day. I am talking about our bad habits and more importantly, how we can break them together. Let's be honest with ourselves. We live in a world full of distraction. Every day we make choices that seem harmless at the moment. We tell ourselves just 5 more minutes on the phone or I'll do my homework later. But if we look closely, these small actions are building walls between us and our future. They slowly drown our health, kill our productivity, and hold us back from our true potential. Look at our sleeping habits. Sleeping late has become the new normal for teenagers. We stay awake until midnight or even 2 a.m. scrolling through social media, watching videos, or playing games. We promise ourselves we will sleep like after, but hours pass by. The result? We wake up the next morning feeling like a zombie. We sit in class completely exhausted, fighting headaches, and unable to focus on our lesson. Our bodies are crying for rest, but we choose the screen instead. And that brings me to the next issue. And the next issue is doom scrolling. We open TikTok or Instagram just to check one thing and suddenly 2 hours have vanished into thin air. We consume endless random content without realizing how much precious time we are throwing away. It doesn't make us happier, it just leaves us feeling lazy, tired, and unmotivated. The same thing also happens with playing games too much and delaying our work. Playing games is okay for entertainment and reducing stress. But if we spend too much time on it, we can forget our responsibility and study time. Many students often do their assignment at the last minute because they think they still have plenty of time. However, delaying work only makes us feel more stressed later. When the deadline finally comes, we become nervous, rush to finish everything, and sometimes get unsatisfying results. These habits might be common, but they do not have to define us. We have the power to change, and that change starts with better time management. We don't need to change our entire life overnight. Small discipline steps are enough. We can start by setting a strict limit on our phone usage and prioritizing our responsibility before entertainment. For our assignment, let's stop waiting for the perfect moment. Take action now, little by little. Before we go to bed, let's put our phones away at least 15 minutes early. Use that time to rest or replace it with healthier activity, exercise, read a book, or connect with the people around you. Breaking bad habits is never easy. It requires discipline and it requires consistency. But remember, the choice we make today will shape the person we become tomorrow. Small change today will lead to a healthier, more productive, and much happier future. So to my fellow students and friends, let's stop making excuses. Let's start breaking these bad habits together, one step at a time. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Stay safe, stay productive, and see you next time. Bye-bye! Hi, my name is Dia Lestari from class 63 to A01 with student ID 6325059. Today, I would like to explain about countable noun, and I hope this presentation can help you understand the topic better. Let's move on to the explanation. Let's talk about countable noun. What is countable noun? Countable noun is used for something that we can count using number, like 1 book, 2 books, 3 books. This noun has singular and plural forms. For example, like an apple, a book, a dog, an idea. And if plural forms, like apples, books, dogs, ideas. Next slide. Singular countable nouns. A singular countable noun represents one individual person, place, or thing that can be counted in the singular form. They can be used with the articles a or an. Use a before consonant sound and n before vowel sound, like a, e, u, a, o. As we can see, like car become a car, bed become a bed, elephant become an elephant, octopus become an octopus. Next set is plural form. Countable noun have plural form to show more than one item, and they are usually made by adding s or es to their singular form. For example, like pants become pants, friend become friends, dish become dishes, and tomato become tomatoes. Not all plural form use s or es. Some have irregular plural form. Irregular plural nouns are nouns that do not follow the standard rule of adding s or es to the singular form. Instead, they change their spelling entirely or remain exactly the same. For example, like man become man, food become feet, woman become woman, child become children. Now we talk about asking quantity. If we want to ask about the quantity of countable noun, we use how many. We always use plural noun after how many because it refers to more than one item. For example, as you can see, how many books do you have? How many chairs are there in the room? How many apples did you buy? Next slide is quantifier. Quantifier are words used before noun to express the amount or quantity of something without using an exact number. They are used with plural countable noun. The most commonly used quantifier for countable noun are many and few. What is different between many and a few or a few? Many is used to describe a large number of countable nouns. It is commonly used in negative sentence and question. For example, there are many apples in the basket, and how many people attended the meeting. In positive sentence, many is usually used in more formal contexts, such as many scientists agree with this theory. Few or a few. A few means a small number of something. It has a positive meaning because it shows there are some items and the amount is still enough or okay. For example, I have a few friends who can help us. Few also means a small number of something, but it has a negative meaning because it shows there are not enough items. For example, I have few friends in this city. Next slide, we talk about examples of countable noun sentence. First, asking question. For example, how many pens are in your pencil case? How many cars are parked outside the school? How many notebooks did you bring today? In positive sentence, for example, like I have many classmates in my new school. She has many photos on her phone. I have a few close friends who always support me. In negative sentence, for example, as you can see, I don't have many eraser in my bag. There aren't many chairs left in the classroom. I have few cousins living in this city. Now I have quiz. I have 5 sentences and you can fill in the blanks. Sentence number 1. How blah 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 pencil do you have? 2. There is blah 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 man standing outside. 3. They saw blah 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 children in the park. 4. He bought blah 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 pen yesterday. 5. She has blah 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 egg for breakfast. I give you 5 minutes to fill in the blanks. Now the reveal answer is: first, how many pencils do you have? 2. There is a man standing outside. 3. They saw many children in the park. 4. He bought a pen yesterday. 5. She has an egg for breakfast. Did you get all the answer correct? I hope you guys enjoyed the presentation. I think that's all for me. Thank you so much for your attention and participation. I'm sorry if there are any wrong words or mistake in my presentation. See you next time. Bye bye.